everyone, thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to be talking about my Sephora Play Box today, the contents of it. I had brought this up on Twitter that I just started getting this little monthly subscription thing from Sephora, and I asked if you'd be interested in seeing what I got or the application and stuff like that, and a lot of you said you did want to see it. I'm not going to lie, I did pilfer through it already a little bit because I wanted to try the skincare thing that was in here and let you know how that worked. But the way it goes, like you fill out a profile type thing on Sephora's website, and from what I understand, that allows them to customize the kinds of things that they put in this bag for you. It came in like a smallish black and white striped box. The theme for the month, I guess, is complexion type products, so it says public display of complexion, which I think is adorable, and then you get this whole like page, it seems like a little newspaper practically, of tips and then the specifics on all the products that you get, and also they give you a little card here with 50 beauty insider points, so I guess you can like apply those to an upcoming purchase you make. Now this is not a brand new thing. I know Sephora has been doing this for a while, but I just now got on board with it, so I thought it might be fun to take you through the actual application of some of this stuff and just give you my thoughts as I go. Alright guys, we have the little bag here, the Sephora Play bag, and I'm gonna just grab out some things and we'll talk about them a little bit and then figure out what the sequence of the application needs to be. So one of the things is a fragrance. This is the Tory Burch Belle Azure. Give it a little whiff here. Smells nice. Reminds me of my mom for some reason, that scent. Very crisp, clean, a little bit floral, definitely different from those Elizabeth and James from the Warm and Spicy set that I got. All right, we've got a primer here. This is the Urban Decay Optical Illusion Complexion Primer. Okay, that's a decent little sample size. We have a setting spray, or maybe just a hydrating spray. This is the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Marine Boosting Mist. This, which I used last night, this is the Dr. Brandt Pore Dermabrasion Pore Perfecting Exfoliator. I'll just talk about this for a second. I mean, this is awesome. I probably never would have thought to try this had it not been included in this little sample bag, and it was so good. Like next level, even better than the Philosophy Micro Delivery Wash, which I think is good, but this, I mean, whatever particles are in this are absolutely minuscule. As you rub it in on your skin, you're just like, man, this is really doing something everywhere I touch. It's not like that issue with some scrubs where all the little bits sort of navigate to one area. This is so like concentrated with the little scrubbies, and the softness afterward was so good. Like I thought my skin was soft beforehand. It was not. After I used this, I'm like, yes, it was soft. And I used, I would say even just a little smaller than a pea-sized amount of this all over my face. So yeah, I think I might need to be placing an order for that. We got a foundation here. This is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD. They've sent it to me in Y245, so we'll see how that goes. Interested to see how good of a match that's going to be. And also from Makeup Forever, this Skin Booster Serum. And this is, I think, supposed to be put on right before foundation or mixed in with a primer. And a couple of these things like I've used before. I've used the Ultra HD. I remember, I think, using it when my skin wasn't maybe quite so good, and I thought, well, you know, it's an okay looking foundation. Like the finished look of it's very natural on the skin, but I wasn't quite satisfied with the coverage. Right now, I feel like my overall skin tone is pretty even, so we'll see like how well that works again. And then I swear I've used this serum before, but I don't know that I really came up with a great purpose for it. So now that I've got my moisturizer already on, I'm gonna do primer, and then I'll do a little bit of that Makeup Forever serum just to add some extra moisture. So this is the Optical Illusion Complexion Primer from Urban Decay. It says Smoothing Rosehip and Argan Pore Perfecting. I do love my argan. I'm gonna give it a full pump there out of that little guy. I love when even sample sizes have pumps. That's great. Woo! This feels thick, real thick, but very smooth. I feel like I'm putting on a light pink mask. Okay, as it's warming up into my skin, it's feeling super silky, but yet there is some thickness to this. Very interesting texture. How about the pores though? It's kind of giving me that effect of like a Benefit Professional type thing, or like the Smashbox Photo Finish Pore Perfecting type primer. Like it really is sort of blurring what I'm seeing around my nose. Ooh, I probably should have done some of this Marine Boosting Mist before I started any of this. Dang it, I wasn't thinking about that. I'll use it as a setting mist at the end. For now, we'll use this Makeup Forever, these little drops. How cute is this bottle? Okay, I'm just gonna do like maybe a little bit right here, a little extra here. Wow, that's really silky smooth too. My wonderment is though, if that is gonna kind of dilute some of the effects of that pore disguising primer, you know? But my nose still looks pretty good. The pores around there, still feeling good. Okay, I feel hydrated, I feel prepped. Now I'm going to use my foundation. Again, this is in Y245. Little pump also. They're bringing it with the sample size packaging. I'm gonna blend this around. This may be a really good match for me, guys. I mean, it's looking a little yellowy as I put it on right now, but I just, in terms of depth, I don't think it's gonna be way too light or too dark. And then I'm using my Real Techniques Instapop Cheek Brush, which I used this the other day with a foundation, and I think it's a really good size for foundation. This foundation is a little better coverage than I remember it being. Okay, here are my thoughts. The surface of my skin looks very skin-like, you know, it looks very real. I think some of that has to do with, you know, I already moisturized before I did any of this stuff. And then, you know, the primer did some favors for pores, but I added some extra moisture here. And then this foundation itself isn't particularly like drying. It's not like it has an ultra dewy look to it, but it's just kind of natural, you know. But as I look up close, the way I can still see, you know, a lot of freckles, little spots and things here or there, I'd give it a straight up medium coverage description, I suppose. Color, like I said, the depth I thought was right on for me. It wasn't too dark or too light, maybe just a little on the yellow side, but that in itself I think serves to correct some redness that I have kind of around my nose. So I guess my last step is my little spray, so I'm gonna go ahead and do some more makeup and we'll do that at the end. So I've got basically my whole face on at this point, and I'm just gonna do this Marine Boosting Mist. We'll see what this does just for the finish overall. My skin's looking really matte right now. Like I've got a little bit of highlight on, but my blush is matte, and you know, I got some powder on over that foundation, some concealer as well. So let's see how just the appearance of the skin changes with like 4 mists of that. That's what I usually do with these mists. I do like here, 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 and here. Check the sprayer first. All right, looks good. Really hit myself right in the mouth with that last one. I'll give it one more. The mist is really, really fine. I'm getting kind of frustrated by the mist because it's very fine, and to go a normal distance from your face, what would normally work for a lot of mists, it's like I can hardly feel it. So I have to get really close, and then you risk getting too close. I don't know, that one was pretty direct there. I feel like my skin looks slightly dewier. I can definitely feel the moisture on my skin from that last mist, but it's sort of frustrating to try to, you know, strike the right balance for spray there. I feel like I'm not in a place right now where I'm really seeking, you know, a really good new mist, because there are so many that I like, from the ones that sort of enhance the staying power to the ones that do give you that added hydration. I love the Mario Badescu ones. I really love that Hard Candy Sheer Envy Primer Mist and stuff like that. The thing I like about the Sephora Play Box is that they're giving me brands that are like relevant to me, things that I want to be informed on, and the stuff I want to be trying. And I can always use the mini sizes because I'm not one who's going to go through makeup really quickly. I am the kind of person who, for my channel's sake and just for my own, like what I like to do, I like to try different things out. So I do like trying the minis. I do feel like, given the way I filled out my little survey thing as far as what my skin type was and my needs and blah blah blah, I can tell that some of the things they gave me in this are kind of adhering to the way I filled out that survey. As it stands right now, and I may mess with some of this stuff a little bit more, like this primer I want to use some more. I'm kind of interested in that. I want to see how it stacks up with some other pore minimizing primers that I have. The Ultra HD, you know, I've used that from Makeup Forever before. This was just sort of refreshing my memory on it, and I'm kind of middle of the road on that stuff. stuff. It's not giving me a look on my skin that's making me like super excited, like, oh my gosh, my skin looks better than ever. It's not like ultra transformative in terms of giving amazing coverage, but at the same time, it's giving me a little better coverage than I remembered. I'm not like super in love with the Tarte spray, as you could see, but it's something that I may continue to use or take with me places if I want to have that kind of thing on hand. I am interested in the Makeup Forever Skin Booster. It gave my skin like just this instant little drink. I want to do some more mixing with this type of thing. That was one of the things they suggested, and I think going into even drier months here, this could be a really great thing. I got no problems with the fragrance there either. That was nice. But the Pore Dermabrasion from Dr. Brandt, this is a really different skincare thing for me. Like, it's fun to try something that's unlike anything you've used before, so I love that. So that is it for my Sephora play box, or my play bag for this month. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this was somewhat useful for you. And given the kinds of info you put on your profile, you know, you might not end up with the exact same stuff as someone else from what I understand with these. But if you were just wanting to get sort of a feel for what this thing is like, I was pretty impressed with what you got in here. I enjoy how there's sort of a theme to it, so everything, you know, pertained to complexion and prepping the skin and the foundation. I like that that was in there. So thank you again, guys, and I will talk to you again very soon. Bye.